Yo guys, and in today's video, we're going to be going over 15 cars that were removed and never came back to the game and Driving Empire. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Alright, so the first car that was removed and never came back was the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. So obviously, as you can tell, right now, I am driving the Koenigsegg Jesko Attack. But when Koenigseggs got added, they added 4, the Agera, the Agera, the Agera RS, and then the Koenigsegg Jesko Attack. But, they didn't add the Absolute, which was probably the most popular one in the game previously when it wasn't licensed. So, hopefully, if we get more Koenigseggs, that will be in the update. But, yeah, that one was kind of just left behind for now. So, we have the Jesko Attack, but no Absolute to counterpart it. So, yeah, this one is pretty sad. But at least the Koenigsegg Jesko Attack, they made it the fastest car in the game, which, of course, the Absolute was originally the fastest car in the game. But, yeah, the Koenigsegg Absolute was left behind, but we did get the Jesko Attack. Let's get on to the next car. Alright, the next car that was removed and never came back was similar to the last one, the Koenigsegg Jesko Hydra. So, this one was a limited and a lot of people had it. It was pretty cool. Well, actually not a lot of people had it, but it kind of was rare. And now, why this one wasn't added back and why it probably won't be added back is because this one was like a one-of-one spec. So, cars that are like personally owned by one person and it's their personal spec and it's one of one can't really be added because they're not like mass production cars. I would expect only to see mass production cars being added to the game. So, of course, the Jesko is the mass-produced version of, like, you know, the Koenigsegg Jesko, obviously. So, we can't get the Absolute and the Jesko, but individual specs like the Hydra, don't expect those to come to the game. But yeah, pretty sad one that never came back to the game, a limited. But let's get on to the next car. Alright, the third car that was removed and never came back was the original 2019 Corvette ZR1. And as you can see, I'm driving the ZR1 right now. But this one is the one with the small spoiler. So as you can see, the one that was removed and never came back had like that huge spoiler. So yeah, I think there might be 2 different versions. This one might be the one that is, of course, the convertible. And that's why it was added, because people like convertibles. But yeah, the original, you know, 2019 Corvette ZR1 with the huge spoiler goes like 200 and something miles per hour. Hopefully in the future we get this. But for now, we got this one right here. So it's fine. Let's get on to the next car. Alright, the next removed car is this Porsche. This old Porsche. I literally forgot the name of it. I was searching for the Carrera GT for this video, but for some reason I couldn't find it on the wiki. So we got this one. This one wasn't actually as popular, but just for an example, here is another Porsche that was removed and hasn't been added back in any of the Porsche updates. But yeah, this one was unfortunately left behind. I know it wasn't as you know, popular as like the Carrera GT. That's why I was trying to find it, but couldn't. So yeah, this was the fill-in for the Carrera GT. So another Porsche that wasn't added to the game after being removed. But let's get on to the next car because that one is not as important as the other. Alright, so the next one is also a Porsche, and I kind of forgot if it was just like some nice 911 or a Turbo S. Honestly forgot, but it was a really nice car. This one was more popular than the other one, most likely. But yeah, it's just another fill-in for some Porsches that were left behind. So this one was removed, but hasn't been added back as a licensed Porsche. So yeah, there's a lot of Porsches that were removed and didn't come back, like the SUVs. There was like the Panamera, like, you know, the Taycan. We got the, you know, we do got the Taycan, but it's a crappy one. It's not even the good spec one. So yeah, there was a lot of Porsches that were left behind, unlicensed in Driving Empire. But hopefully in the future we do get these ones licensed, because there's actually a ton. But hopefully in the future we get them. Let's get on to the next car. All right, so the next car is another Koenigsegg, and I believe this one is called the CC850. Not really sure on that name. You can correct me in the comments if you want. But, yeah, this one was also removed. This one was a really, really popular one. It was just a very good looking car in the game, and a lot of people, like, had it. Even though they really didn't own it for performance, they owned it for looks, because, it was pretty cool, you know, the doors and everything. So, yeah, not as popular as, like, the other Koenigseggs, but, this one was a mass production one. So, this one is, like, another one where it's like, oh, this could have been added to the game, but it wasn't. So, yeah, the CC850 might be wrong in that name, of course, but wasn't added back to the game. But just like the, Absolute, hopefully if we get a part 2 of the Koenigsegg update, that will come with it, because that's a really cool car that they're just leaving out there. But yeah, I'm really hoping that does come to the game. But let's get straight on to the next car. Alright, the next car is the CCXR, I think. I don't think it's just the regular CCX, because this one does have a spoiler, so that's why it makes it the R. But this one wasn't as popular as the other Koenigseggs, but of course this one could have easily been added to the game because it was a production car, not like an individual spec car. And yeah, a lot of people didn't really own this car because it was like kind of a bad quality model. It was just like not as high quality as the other ones, but it was still pretty good. But yeah, another Koenigsegg that definitely could have the chances of being added to the game, but it wasn't, so now it was just removed as an unlicensed car, and it hasn't come back as a licensed Koenigsegg. So, like I've said, for all the other Koenigseggs, if we get a Part 2 update, hopefully we just get all the other Koenigseggs that are mass production Koenigseggs that we lost previously when they were unlicensed. But yeah, pretty sad on this one, because this one was really cool. But yeah, let's get on to the next car. Hopefully it's not a lot of Koenigseggs, because I just have a lot of Koenigseggs on here. It's getting lame. Okay, it's another Koenigsegg. Yeah, I didn't really plan this out, but yeah, the Agera. They're just a regular Agera. This one was really, really popular because it was the cheapest Koenigsegg and because the customization was really, really cool. You could put like a roof rack and stuff on it, like for like your suitcases. It was very cool, but of course, sadly removed, so it's just gonna be left behind in old driving empire, unlicensed, and yeah, just like I've been saying for the previous Koenigseggs, hopefully we get a Part 2 update of Koenigsegg. We'll just get all these ones that were left behind originally back into the game so we can just have a wide variety of Koenigseggs. But for now, this one is just going to be left behind, and it's not coming back for now, but hopefully it will later. Alright, here's a change, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. This was a very popular Lamborghini. I would probably say personally that it was probably the second most popular Lamborghini because a lot of people like the Aventador because of the body kits. But yeah, I think this probably, yeah, second or first most popular Lamborghini when it was unlicensed in the game. Everyone was driving this car if they had the money for it, and it was just such a good car. Sadly, even though it is a very, very popular Lamborghini, it hasn't been added back to the game because Lamborghini, the licensed version in Driving Empire, they like to add the newest models. So if we're gonna expect to get more Lamborghinis, I would expect Lamborghinis like the Aventador, the Revolto, other, new ones like that. So without further ado, let's just get on to the next car. All right, the next car is another Lamborghini, being the Lamborghini Aventador SV. Now, not as much people drive this as the Aventador and the SVJ, but this one was still underrated. This was a really, really cool car. And, yeah, it was a very nice car. One of my dream cars, but unfortunately, right now, they won't be added to the game for the same reason, because Lamborghini's contract, I bet, is just, like, the newest of newest that they add, so hopefully, we'd get, like, the Aventador and Revolto, but the chances of the SV and SVJ are, slimmer than the newest models of Lamborghini, definitely. So, yeah, just another Lamborghini, but let's get on to the next car, which is probably just the Aventador. A lot of Lamborghinis and Koenigseggs on this list. Alright, and we got another Lamborghini. It was the Lamborghini Cyan Roadster, I think. A lot of people had this one. I'm pretty sure this was the limited version, right? I think this was a limited. And, yeah, limited Cyan right here. Very popular car. It was, like, the cover of the game for a while. That's when you know it's legendary, because people want to click on the game if it has a good car. And the Cyan was the cover for a while. But, of course, hasn't been added back. And if it will, I'd say it has a more chance of being added than, like, the older Lamborghinis, because it still is pretty new. But still, my same point, we're probably only going to get new Lambos if we get, like, more Lambos. So let's get on to the next car that's not added in the game. Alright, the next car is the Lamborghini STO. We got a lot of Lamborghinis on this list. Probably more than Koenigsegg, but this one, yeah, the Lamborghini STO was a very popular car. I can't remember if it was limited or not. I think it was on sale, yeah. I'm pretty sure this car was on sale. Not as popular as the other cars, but still very, very popular. But like I said a lot of times, we probably won't. Actually, this one seems like it could be added. I can see the STO being added to the game, actually. It could be cool if we do get it. But, yeah, I can't imagine that one being added to the game. But let's get on to the next Lamborghini, because I bet it's going to be a Lamborghini, probably like the Aventador or something. And I called it. It is the regular Lamborghini first-gen Aventador. And this one was very, very popular, especially for me. I drove this thing everywhere because this thing had a wide body kit, so everyone loved this thing. Everyone was putting this wide body kit on it. I remember mine. Just like I was yesterday. Oh my god, I miss that thing so much. Chances of this thing being added are even less than the SVJ and everything, because it's just a very old model. 2014, 15? Not really sure. Turns 10 years old this year, which yeah, another Lamborghini on this list that was removed and hasn't come back, because we literally only have two Lamborghinis. We got the Lamborghini USSC and the Temerario. So, for now, we don't have them. Comment down below which one you missed the most, but let's get on to the next car. Alright, the next car is the Corvette C8 Z06, and, yeah, this one was literally the best budget car ever, so it's unfortunate we didn't get it back, but we do have this one. But also, unfortunately, this one is a pack car, so you're gonna have to use Robux if you want it. But yeah, we don't have it back yet. But let me tell you, this thing was the best starter car you ever could have. You could buy this thing for $190,000 and beat any car of the game if you were a good racer. If you were a good racer, you were beating everyone in this car for a very, very low price. So this one was very missed. I remember when I did a lot of budget videos, I would just use that Z06 and race all day, and you'd only spend $190,000 on the car and make $10 million. It was insane, but let's get on to the next and last car. All right, so I just wanted to add a McLaren for the sake of it. So this one was very popular, even though like nobody owned it. Only like admins owned this thing, and everyone was obsessed with it, even though they didn't own it. They just saw videos of it and everything. So the Senna GTR, even though literally nobody owned this car except like admins, they still loved it, even though they just didn't own it. So yeah, a very popular car without being owned, which is a pretty funny fact. But hopefully in the future, we will get the Senna GTR, which I would say is pretty likely because we have a lot of McLarens. Like, McLarens love this game. They love to add the McLarens in this game. So hopefully in the future, if they just keep adding more cars, then we'll end up getting the Senna GTR or some variant of it, because there's a lot. You can get like the LM, which is pretty rare, but I can't see that happening because also those are individual specs and you need a mass production car. But the Senna GTR, the regular ones, are kind of mass production compared to the LM, so I can see that happening. But yeah, this is the last car on this list. That was 15 cars, I think. I might have missed one or two, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out my description where my other two channels are, especially my Forza Horizon 5 channel. Make sure to subscribe to that and my other vlog channel and my Discord. Join that, and hope to see you guys in the next video.